Drama between Martell Holt and Arionne has always been at the center of public attention. Their names are linked in ways that often bring controversy, and no matter how much time passes, their connection always seems to create new headlines. Martell, once celebrated as one of the most popular faces on Love and Marriage, Huntsville has faced countless ups and downs in his personal life. At the same time, Arionne has carried her own struggles, always being known in the media as the other woman tied to Martell's past decisions. For years, people have wondered if their bond would eventually help them move forward, or if it would forever hold them back. Now, once again, their story has returned to the spotlight. This time, it is not just about their relationship, but also about their place in the entertainment world. Martell, who has been trying to rebuild his image and remain relevant in the industry, is facing rejection and barriers from every side. And Arionne, who once hoped to use her connection to Martell as a way to tell her side of the story, has also hit a wall when it comes to opportunities. Together, their situation paints a picture of two people who can't seem to escape the shadows of their past, no matter how much they try. Martell Holt has always been a man who believed in second chances, but it seems like life keeps closing doors in front of him. Recently, he faced another major setback when he was blocked once again from opportunities that could have helped him rebuild his public image. According to those close to the situation, Martell had been trying to secure a bigger role within Love and Marriage, Huntsville, and even reach out for new business partnerships connected to the show. However, producers and insiders were quick to shut those doors, making it clear that Martell's past drama continues to follow him wherever he goes. This latest block did not come as a complete surprise to those who have been watching his journey. Ever since his highly publicized issues with relationships and trust, Martell has struggled to win back the confidence of the people around him. Even though he tries to present himself as a changed man, many still see the old Martell, the one who allowed his personal life to cause chaos not just for himself, but for everyone connected to him. Being blocked again was more than just a professional rejection. It was a reminder that his past mistakes are still powerful enough to keep him out of rooms he desperately wants to be part of. For Martell, this situation has become a painful cycle. Each time he tries to take one step forward, something happens that pulls him 2 steps back. And instead of being able to focus on growth and moving forward, he finds himself stuck in the same place, watching opportunities slip away. This latest block not only hurt him professionally, but also left him questioning whether he will ever be fully accepted again in the same industry where he once shined. While Martell was dealing with doors being closed on him, Arionne was quietly making her own moves. For a long time, Arionne had remained in the background, only being spoken about whenever Martell's name came up. But deep down, she wanted her own voice to be heard. She felt that people only knew one side of her story, the side painted by others. And she believed that joining Love and Marriage, Huntsville would finally give her a chance to show the world who she really was. In private conversations, Arionne began reaching out and expressing interest in being part of the show. She wanted to present herself not just as the woman linked to Martell's past mistakes, but as someone with her own journey, struggles, and perspective. For her, it was an opportunity to rewrite her image and prove to viewers that she was more than just a name in a scandal. But despite her efforts, producers of the show made it clear that Arionne would not be given a place on the cast. According to insiders, they felt that including her would only create unnecessary drama and further tension among the other members, especially given the sensitive history between Martell, his ex-wife Melody, and the rest of the group. As much as Arionne wanted to break free from being labeled as an outsider, she was firmly rejected. This rejection was a heavy blow for her. She had hoped that telling her side of the story would change the way people looked at her, but instead, she was left once again standing on the outside, watching the show move forward without her. it was another reminder that, no matter what she tried, the shadow of her connection to Martell was something she couldn't escape. The news of Martell being blocked again, and Arionne being rejected from Love and Marriage, Huntsville quickly spread among fans and viewers of the show. Social media was filled with heated discussions, as people had very different opinions about the situation. Some fans believed that Arionne deserved at least one chance to explain, saying that everyone has a side of the story worth telling. They argued that silencing her only allowed old rumors to continue without ever letting her defend herself. On the other hand, a larger portion of the audience strongly disagreed. For them, Arionne's presence on the show would only bring unnecessary chaos. Many fans felt that she had already caused enough pain in the past, especially when it came to Martell's broken marriage with Melody, and they believed she had no place in a show that was meant to highlight growth, love, and new beginnings. Comments flooded timelines, with some calling her unnecessary drama, while others insisted she was being unfairly shut out. Inside the industry, the rejection of Arionne was seen as a smart business decision. Producers and network executives knew how important the show's reputation was, and they didn't want to risk losing their loyal audience by bringing in a controversial figure who might shift the focus away from the cast's main storylines. Quiet whispers from insiders even suggested that certain cast members had made it clear they would not be comfortable working alongside Arionne, and this only added to the producers' decision to keep her out. Meanwhile, Martell's own struggles were not ignored by the public. Some people felt pity for him, saying that he was being punished too harshly for his past mistakes, while others had no sympathy at all, claiming that his current situation was simply the result of the choices he had made years ago. The reaction showed just how divided people were, and how both Martell and Arionne continued to spark strong emotions whenever their names were mentioned. As news of Martell being blocked yet again, and Arionne's rejection from Love and Marriage, Huntsville started to spread, the tension between the two of them began to grow heavier than ever. For years, their connection had been a complicated mix of emotions: love, regret, anger, and loyalty all tied together. But now, with both of them facing rejection from different sides, their relationship began to feel like it was sinking under the weight of all the negativity around them. Martell, who was already frustrated by being pushed out of opportunities, felt even more pressure when Arionne started to express her disappointment about being left out of the show. She reminded him that if it weren't for their connection, her name would not have been dragged into public conversations in the first place. In her eyes, she was paying the price for choices that were not entirely her own. That bitterness started to spill into their private conversations, turning what used to be moments of comfort into heated arguments. At the same time, Martell carried his own feelings of guilt and helplessness. He knew that no matter how much he tried, people would always associate Arionne's presence with the destruction of his marriage and the chaos that followed. Deep down, he wanted to protect her and give her the platform she was asking for, but he also knew that every time her name came up, it only made his own situation worse. He found himself caught in the middle, unable to let go of her completely, but also unable to fully support her dreams because of the backlash it brought. This strain began to show more clearly in their interactions. Friends close to Martell noticed that he was more stressed and distant, while Arionne appeared frustrated and tired of always being pushed aside. Their relationship, once fueled by secrecy and intensity, now felt exposed and weighed down by disappointment. Instead of building each other up, they were slowly tearing each other down with blame and resentment. Behind closed doors, Arionne questioned whether staying connected to Martell would ever bring her anything positive. She felt as if her identity had been reduced to just the other woman, and every chance she tried to take for herself ended up being linked back to him. Martell, on the other hand, feared that if he distanced himself from her, he would not only lose someone who had been by his side during some of his darkest times, but also confirmed to the world that their bond had been nothing more than a scandal. The rejection and blockages they both faced were more than just professional roadblocks. They were personal wounds that left scars on their already fragile bond. It became clear that the outside world was not just judging them separately, but also holding their relationship under a microscope, making it nearly impossible for them to find peace with each other. For Arionne, the rejection from love and marriage, Huntsville felt like the final proof that no matter what she tried, she would never be given a fair chance. She had convinced herself that joining the show could help people see her as a human being with struggles, feelings, and dreams of her own. But when the producers shut the door on her, it felt like the world was telling her she would always remain on the outside.